Love Letter to New York, number 19. I was sitting with my friend on my little yellow couch when an envelope and magazine slid under my door. "Aw," said my friend, "your neighbor just slid your mail under your door. That's so New Yorky." I loved that what she meant by New Yorky was communal, friendly, caring, whimsical, effortful, surprising, and epistolary. Love Letter to New York, number 6. This pandemic has me thinking about all the people I've encountered in my whole life, like the waitress at the oyster bar who was the first to learn I got a book deal, or the flight attendant who brought me a cup of tea when she saw that I was crying. How many significant life moments we share with the people we'll probably never see again. I like thinking about how we're all walking around the city carrying snippets of each other's shared history in our hearts. Love Letter to New York, number 2. Before I lived here, I would escape to NYC whenever I was feeling stressed or overwhelmed somewhere else. New York has seen it all. It's a comforting dose of humility to step into a city where your issues and joys are a teeny tiny fraction of the city's enormous landscape. The city says, "Your problems aren't that big, and nothing I haven't seen before. But here, I saved you a spot. Pull up a chair. I've got all night." Love Letter to New York, number 1. On careful walks around the neighborhood, I look at signs on businesses and homes. There was one I couldn't bear to look at anymore. A piece of paper taped on the door of a jiu-jitsu studio that read in bouncy Sharpie scribbles, "We're closed for the next 2 weeks, but we'll be back on March 23rd. It began to look really, really sad on March 28th. We miss everyone. We miss everything. The people miss the city misses the people. New York misses New York. Love Letter to New York, number 4. Since I moved to New York, my favorite birthday tradition is taking myself to the theater alone. I take myself there and end the night with a cocktail back in my neighborhood at a new-to-me bar. I may tell the bartender that it's my birthday or not. Either way, they won't wonder why I'm alone, because no doubt they get it. I miss being alone with people most of all. Love Letter to New York, number 15. New York probably appeals most to those who don't feel like they belong anywhere else because it's filled with micro-communities and specific spots to feel kinship all over the city. Dance classes, decades-old neighborhood gardens, a pinball society, and who could forget the Coney Island Polar Bear Club? Right now I'm staying at home, but in the absence of these beloved places, I don't feel like I can go home, and I wonder if I'll ever be able to go home again. New York City, I love you. I can't wait to see you restored to your former glory once again. But until that day, you can find me at home.